Well, another year has passed, and I certainly hope it has not only been prosperous, but profitable for you as well. Take it easy tonight. No drinking and driving. Enjoy yourself, but in moderation. Remember, guys, there's a lot of money to be made in the next couple of days, especially on New Year's Day. You got to be around. Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here, and this, of course, is going to be your Wednesday video report. We've got three more bowl games to talk about, and I'm going to give you a total on the Fiesta Bowl clash between Arizona and Boise State, and also give you a college basketball free selection as well, coming up in just a moment. First, let's talk about Matt Rivers yesterday. First ever blank check, waived the rating bowl game release of his career. And I was very, very happy that he won because he and I were both on the exact same side of the game. Stanford pummeling Maryland last night. Although I got to tell you, got a little hairy there, towards the end. Because, at one point there, God, Maryland, if they had scored one more time, they would have pushed the number in that contest. But hey, but Stanford got the job done. They opened up the early 28-7 lead. They cruised there to the 45-21 route. And you got that play at a discounted price yesterday for just $44. And Matt is now 13-4 in his 11 plus years here as a charter member of the site with those various blank check games in all sports combined. Well, you know his favorite saying. If you've been watching the website, he's been doing this the past couple of months. Balls to the wall time again, guys. Save $70. His second ever blank check, waive the rating game of his career. Yes, he's coming right back with another one as well. Hey, and listen, you and I both know that the way you make little bankrolls into big bankrolls is you've got to take chances when you've built it up. And he's certainly done so by not only winning 19 of his last 29 plays overall, but going 13-4 with these blank check releases. And today, that game is the first one, the 12:30 Eastern Time kickoff at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, the Peach Bowl, TCU and Mississippi. Again, you save $70 by using coupon code MATT, his first name, MATT. Now, listen, Anthony Red lost yesterday, okay? No ifs, ands, or buts. He was going for 59 winner, number 5 in a row. He was on the wrong side of Louisville. But today, his highest rated play of the year, twice as strong, 100 dime release. It's his 100 dime winner, number 5 in a row. What was number 4 in a row? Buffalo outright at New England on Sunday. What was number 3 in a row? 2 Sundays ago. Atlanta, 6-point dog outright at New Orleans in a double-digit rout. Not only is it 109 football winner number 5 in a row today, but it's also winning day number 10 out of 13, football winner number 10 out of 14, and it also happens to be the half price play of the day. And it is your Fiesta Bowl side between Arizona and Boise State. That game, guys, goes today, I think, at 4 or 4:30 Eastern Time. You get it for half price simply by using coupon code HALF, HALF. One basketball play to make you aware of today. Yesterday, by the way, quick props going out to Steve Buden's #1 college basketball service, Brooklyn College boys, Maryland, 5.5-point road dog winning outright in double overtime at Michigan State. Props going out to them. That was a play yesterday you got for $22, saving $77 off the regular price. Same thing goes today, not from them, but Brad Wilton, his biggest college basketball release. It's a 100 dime play. 100 dime college basketball winner number 6 out of 8. It goes on the early daytime card. It's a dog shocker release. Now, his last 200 dime college basketball releases, you got to go back to the big dance when he gave you Wisconsin outright over Arizona and Kentucky taking care of business against Michigan. And just like Steve Buden's Brooklyn College boy crew yesterday, you get it for $22, saving $77 off the regular price by using coupon code BRAD22. BRAD22. Okay, all your other promos, if there are going to be any more, I'm doing this report for you at 3:30 in the morning. So I can't tell you what some of the other handicappers have at the moment, but hey, you can always check out the homepage. Let's talk about the free selections first of all. In the bowl game between Arizona and Boise State, I've looked at that game and I keep thinking about what happened last year when it was Central Florida against Baylor. And Baylor was coming in flat. Central Florida, that was the game that Blake Bortles basically sealed his draft day status with an outstanding performance. And it was a give and take game. I mean, it was a high scoring affair. I'm looking at this price in this particular game for the total. And in fact, guys, I just want to double check and I want to get you the absolute latest total at this time in this game. Checking our website. What do we got going here? You gotta love live reports. I should have probably thought about this in advance, but that's life at 3:30 in the morning. Deal with it. Boise State and Arizona. You see anything from 67 and a half up to 68 and a half points in this contest. Rich Rodriguez, he plays up tempo, okay? And Arizona is always pressing. Okay? They are never letting up. I mean, Rich Rod has been doing the same thing that Chip Kelly used to do at Eugene with the Ducks for years. And it doesn't matter where he has stopped along the way. And it's worked just about everywhere except Michigan. But hey, they forgot about Rich Rod in Michigan now that they got Harbaugh, right? But the other thing is Boise State is a team that is certainly explosive offensively. But really, I think what it comes down to in these two games is neither one of these teams are great defenses. Yeah, some of them, especially Boise State's stats, are somewhat gaudy, but you got to remember a lot of those stats were compiled against Mountain West foes. But the thing is, these two teams can light it up. And I look at this particular contest and I'm going, it's a very realistic possibility to have a game that's 37-34. I mean, you could easily have a 42-38 game here. I just don't see this being 28-20 unless that's the halftime score. So I've got to go over in that particular game. Your late night game between Georgia Tech and Mississippi State. That one, of course, the Orange Bowl game where Mississippi State is a 6.5 point favorite. I'll tell you what, guys, I handicapped that game up and down. And I got to be honest with you, I was on the wrong side of the Egg Bowl with Mississippi State and Ole Miss. I don't know what to make of this particular game. Yes, you've had a couple of extra weeks to prepare for the triple option that Georgia Tech is going to throw at you, but that doesn't make it any easier to defend. Georgia Tech, kept coming back in the ACC championship game, got the backdoor cover with a touchdown with like 32 seconds left to go in that game from their quarterback who was dynamite throwing the ball only for that final series of the game. Otherwise, he struggled in the contest. I look at that game between Georgia Tech and Mississippi State, and I'm looking at the total in that game at 62.5. If I had to play it, I would skip the side, and I would probably play the under. But it's just a hunch in that game, just a hunch. So anyway, that's where I would go in those particular two games. Mississippi, TCU, boy, tough game in that one. I would lean a little toward TCU in that game, but it's a fairly priced game at 3. You got both teams that, can kind of different in terms of their styles. I mean, TCU is certainly going to be one that's going to be looking to be aggressive and put points on the board. You got an Ole Miss team that really surprised me, needless to say, since it cost me money, when they took care of business against Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl. I mean, I figured Ole Miss, a team that I had told you many times this regular season, I considered a fraud, that they were fortunate to beat Alabama. I thought they were done. They had no motivation, nothing, and yet they rose to the occasion against Miss State. So they certainly have the defense, and TCU's defense is good. It's not great by, national standards. But hey, again, tough game. I lean a little toward TCU, but again, I think the best of the free picks that I can give you is the Arizona game going over the total against Boise State. Now, in college basketball, I want to give you a selection on the Temple Owls. Temple getting 7.5 to 8 points today. Connecticut. That game goes at 1 o'clock Eastern time, by the way. The Owls managed to avoid a letdown when they beat Delaware State 66 to 56 on Sunday. Of course, that letdown I'm referring to was the game 2 Mondays ago, last Monday, when they stunned, and I mean absolutely beat the hell out of Kansas in a game played in the Wells Fargo Center where the 76ers playing in Philadelphia, beat them up 77-52. And it really goes to show you how a couple of transfers that became eligible here in the past couple of weeks have made a change with Temple. Their best rebounder, of course, is a guy who transferred and was eligible at season start but missed a couple of games because of injury, a former Texas guy who also happened to be originally from Philadelphia. But where they really benefited is in the backcourt. They got Jesse Morgan, who was ineligible for the first semester, being a fifth-year senior, transferred from UMass, opted to play the second semester and have his eligibility good because then, of course, it would extend into the postseason. He was their leading scorer against Delaware State. He has given them a steady outside shooting presence. And then they got Devin Coleman, who was another Philly guy, just like Morgan, just like Ward, who transferred out of Clemson, who comes off the bench, played like 16 minutes against Delaware State the other day. He's a decent shooter as well. And suddenly, this Temple Owls team has depth. Well, I'm looking at Connecticut, and listen, we know UConn is not the same team it was a year ago. Tougher schedule, certainly. I mean, losing to West Virginia, losing to Texas, losing to Duke, losing to Yale. You lost to Yale? Seriously? Listen, this isn't about who's going to win this game because I think Connecticut is going to win the game. But I think Temple is playing with such confidence right now. To get 7.5 to 8 points, that just seems like a hell of a lot of points. So, of the two picks that I gave you today, the official free picks, Arizona over against Boise State and Temple, I think Temple is the best play. Saw nothing else in college basketball, nothing else in the NBA either. That'll do it, guys. Again, be safe out there tonight, and talk to you again tomorrow, the first of the year. Later, guys.